Hello, YouTubers. How's it going today? It's good to see you all. We are going to take things into a different area today as far as the Speak and See channel goes. We are going to go, because what I noticed is did you guys just see Pelosi's speech for the media? And she went in front of the media and talked about anything except the stimulus package. The only reason that Pelosi needs to be talking right now is for the stimulus package. The only reason the only use that she has to Americans right now is the stimulus package. What is going on? Why is she not going to talk about the stimulus package? She is there burning the president left and right. I get it. It's that time of season. It's that time of year where we're getting close to election time. But however, what I'm trying to do here is get a live chat going and have you guys answer some questions to me, because we know that Pelosi could easily sign off on a $1.2 trillion stimulus package to help the Americans get their checks and to stimulate the economy once again. But why isn't she doing it? Is she trying to see failure in the United States, in the people, with you, with me? Does she want us to fail right now so that we vote for the Democrat? I get it. As far as one person wanting to make a whole bunch of changes to the world and doing this in her time, that she has limited time up. I think she's got. After the election, she's out one way or another. I believe this is her last stance, and it's not a good one. It's not good for our economy. But if we've noticed what's happening here is she has basically said today in the interview, "Hey, I'm not doing nothing till after the election. I am waiting till after the election to do anything because I want Biden to win, and then we can do a whole bunch of stuff." But the truth is, she can't do a bunch of stuff if there's still a Republican Senate or Republican Congress. It would be the same issues that we're facing now. The bipartisanship it would be the same. So she can't just do whatever, even if Biden wins. The Democrats can't just do whatever. And so my appeal to the people right now is, do you think that Pelosi is acting in a sense of abuse of powers, where she is not going forth and helping us get our stimulus package and getting America's economy boosted back up? And the Small Businesses Administration, SBA, is where our heart's at with this right now, with the EIDL programs and the EIDL grants. And I know $50 billion is in the new package. We're hoping that it gets $80 billion, and that's as far as the grant goes, so that we can get our grants. But what we're seeing with Pelosi, if anybody did not notice, what Pelosi did, she avoided the stimulus checks at all costs. She didn't answer one question regarding the stimulus checks. And we have noticed Schumer, I think, is distancing himself from her. Her own party is distancing themselves from her. What are your thoughts on that? I put a number there if you guys want to call up right now. I will take a call and get some live chats going here, and that way we can get your ideas and your thoughts on exactly what's going on with the stimulus check. And then another thing, do you think America's failures? Do you think that if America is failing, that is good for the Democrats? Do you think that America's failure right now is her main objective? To see America fail, to see America in distress, to see it distraught, to see it troubled. And if that is her agenda, if that's the agenda of any politician, is that the kind of person we want in our office fighting for us? I get it that you don't want President Trump to win the election, but you should want all of the people to do well, to move forward for the people, not just for the president, but for the people now, short term and long term. And there's no reason why them pushing this stimulus package, unless it would make America, have some joy and peace again, which they're trying not to do. Because we just went to Washington, D.C. for a protest. If you see my other videos, I just got out of Washington, D.C. We went to the White House and we protested. We went to the Capitol and we protested about the EIDL grant. Now, there's a feeling and there's a vibe that is that you get with this protesting thing that's going on. And there's a darkness behind one area, then there's a light behind another area. And there's this vibe that you're getting that things are being tried to pull down. The people are trying to be confused by the enemies and stuff like that. It's crazy. It's a crazy vibe. And what I get with Pelosi is she's pushing on the negative vibe. She's playing the negative and the dark vibe across America so that she can get a stimulus pack or get Biden in office or do whatever she wants, have her agenda. But it's against the American people. It's against the greater good for the American people, which would be our stimulus check, our EIDL grants, our SBA loans, our PPP loans, our unemployment. All that stuff is in the new package. And we need to be sure, we need to maybe even try to get rid of Pelosi right now, because if we could get rid of Pelosi, the rest of the Democrats are ready to sign the new bill. They're ready. Everybody except Pelosi, who just ran back to her office, if you saw the interview, she was basically saying, I'm not doing anything until the election is over. She is going to put us America on hold for 40 days longer until the election. How many businesses will have to go out of business? How many families will have to get kicked out of their homes? What's the end game here? To get America as bad as possible so that whoever is elected, whether it be President Trump being reelected or Biden getting elected, they're going to look like a hero no matter what. After the election, if we're going to sign the stimulus bill, if we sign it right now, things would go it would be great. But the COVID-19 that is hitting hard is basically all she has left to work with. That's all that Pelosi has left to work with. Now, if anybody saw the interview and was wondering why isn't she talking about her stimulus package? She talked 25 minutes about nothing. Are we okay with this? As Americans, have we become accustomed to being okay? Well, I guess we'll just have to wait. Where is the voice for the people regarding the economy? I know they're trying to sidetrack us with all the other issues, and there's some important issues out there that we got to give our time to. We give our time to that, but we always come back to the home, to where your house is, to where the money is coming into your home, to where how things are going in your house, not on the news. Let's throw the news out of the water here. When it comes to being in your house, in your home, what's going on in your home, and that what comes on in our home is our finances. First thing, if our finances are not in order, nothing is. We're in distress. So let's take care of the financial issue first. I mean, if we can take care of the financial issue right now, why not do it? And Pelosi right now is just turning into Pelosi has just turned into this evil woman that not even the Democrats, Schumer is even distancing himself. The rest of the politicians, the Democrats are distancing themselves from Pelosi because she doesn't want to make things work. What do we got here? We have, we have Caesar Sipstern. What's up, brother? He says, they know Trump will win, so Soros is funding her to keep the agenda to break this country. That's one thing. You can give me a call on the phone. I put my phone number, in the comments below. If you wanted to talk and say if anybody has a comment they would like to share about what's going on, share it. Call me up. Share it. I got a phone right here, and I will put you on the speaker. Hey, karate videos. President needs to do stimulus by executive order. He's tried that, but it still has to go through Congress. Caesar Sipstern. Ken Sciola, Speak and See is a great American. I swear to God. Thank you very much, Caesar. Thank you. You are too. I think we're all great Americans, and I think we all want what's best for the country in a nonpartisan way. I'm not going to say what's best for the country is definitely Trump or definitely Biden or definitely anything. I have a side I do prefer over the other because I'm going towards more of the positive side and not. I don't want to be basing my judgment on everything negative. I want to be basing my judgment on who's out there with positive thoughts and thinks we are moving forward in the right direction. Let's move forward in the right direction starting now. Let's scratch what happened yesterday, everything back, because if we were here last year, we would not be having this conversation because these same thoughts that are in our mind now didn't exist. This whole new realm that we've brought into over the last year didn't exist last year. And a lot of it's made up. We're not going to be confused by by lies. We're going to be confused by the truth. We're going to be prompted to do what's right by the truth. Karate stimulus, Caesar Sibstern says, at least we can count on UI and unemployment and checks from an executive order. I think we still need Congress. All in all, Pelosi's really trying to play this game hard because Donald Trump, if you remember, did sign an executive order not long ago. And he got a few things done in there that he could do. The money that was already in the bill, that was left over from the bill, he could use that. So if she was to go sign this $1.5 trillion bill, I think what the president would probably do is say, oh, no, you know what we're going to do now that this money is here? I'm going to switch things around on you, and we're going to throw this over here. We're going to put this over here. We're going to, it's kind of weird the way they're playing it is kind of, Pelosi doesn't want to sign a dime over because she saw what President Trump did with the other $300 billion when he signed the executive order and gave it to the people for unemployment and for rental and all that assistance, which was cool. What else we got here? I will put here. Hey, Karate, do me a favor. I'm going to give you my number. Give me a call. Go ahead and give me a call, Karate. I'm going to put you on speaker here, if you can, if you're available. We can talk about this, and we can go into a little bit more depth. Everybody on the Karate, everybody knows Karate videos is on, and more is here. I just put my number up there. I don't know if that was a good idea. Maybe I'll have to change it tomorrow, depending on who I get. But give me a shout, and we will go over this Pelosi thing. Does anybody here agree with Pelosi, or you, let me know if you disagree or agree with the way Pelosi is handling us right now, the way she is handling our money, because this is our money, guys, not hers. Well, it's hers too, but I mean, 1 in a trillion is hers, but it's our money. Do we agree with the way they're handling our problems and our money? This is the craziest Congress we've ever seen. It's the craziest time we've ever seen. Thank you, Familia Muck USA, brah. We appreciate you too, and thank you for supporting us. I may be having to head back to Washington D.C. Here shortly because I'm getting a few vibes from some other people here on YouTube that want to go to Washington D.C. and do this together as a group, which would be cool. Now that we got our ins and outs from the place, we know what we're doing now, but we're not afraid to go and to put ourselves on the doorsteps of Washington D.C. Tyronda Sims, Slaying Hands, LLC. I bet everyone gone think now before they start voting for these governors in their state. Yeah, they're all going to think now about voting for the governors for sure. And especially when it comes to our house, what's in our house, what's happening inside of our house, in our homes. And with the financial institutions right now, the way that Pelosi is not doing her job is to where we could all have money right now. The Republicans want to sign a bill. The Democrats want to sign a bill, but Pelosi will not come out of her house to sign this bill. She will not come out of her room. So yeah, Pelosi's in a big trouble because it's affecting me in my house, and it's affecting you in your house. Despite all the news, despite all that, when the money's not coming into our house when we should be getting it, that's where I'm affected the most. The rest of the stuff can just take a back seat for a minute. I'll pay attention to that when I have to. But right now, I need to pay attention to my house, my home, my mortgage, my electric, and stuff that's inside. The real deal, the real issues right now are inside of my house, in my family, in my kids, in your kids. Not just the whole big picture that's being painted, because a lot of that picture that's being painted is wrong, and it's fake. And we have a call from California coming in. Let's see who it is. Hello, who do we have on the line?
Hey, we want our
10K. Hey, we want our 10K. What's up, brother?
I had to figure out how to mute you on my cell phone so I could talk to you without getting feedback.
Yeah, I think it's the computer. I think probably your computer will have to be turned lower.
Well, I'm listening to you via phone, so.
Oh, okay. What's up, dude? This is Karate, right?
Yes.
Hey, everybody, say hi to
Karate. On the West Coast.
Huh?
Over here on the West Coast.
Yeah, I know. We were just over in Arizona when we were. My wife was getting her teeth done over there, and then we were promoting the Idol, or not the Idol, but the pack. You know what we were doing. But
yeah, you done from that road trip?
Yeah.
The last thing made me think you were still there.
Yeah, no, we're back home now. We're back
Oh,
home.
that's cool.
Yeah, man. But thanks for all your support. And hey, what do you think about Pelosi? What's your gig on her? What are your thoughts?
We need to vote her out.
That's it.
I mean, all these people need to be voted out. I'm sorry. At this point in time, the public needs to send a clear signal that we are voting all your butts out. We're done. We're over. You're tired. We're tired of you playing with the public hearts and minds, and just leading us along with a carrot that's never going to get into our mouth. So we're going to vote you out. Bye-bye.
Well
Let's
said.
get some new blood. Let's get some new blood. And I don't mean radical new blood, okay? I'm just talking about level-headed new blood. Kick them out. Let them go on there. I don't know, whatever they've saved up, whatever the golden parachute thing is, time to go bye-bye. She can go, I don't know, go have a trip with Soros.
Yeah, no, that's it, man. I totally have to 100% behind that. I wish we could just do a clean sweep right now, just kind of later skaters. Thanks for nothing on a lot of you, and thanks for even getting some of the good ones out just to have fresh new,
I mean, President is the only one trying to do something. I mean, he could redirect the funds by talking to the Treasury Director. I mean, he can go around Congress and just redirect funds.
That would be great.
He can do that without Congress. So I mean, when he says I can do something, he can. He's looked into it. So I honestly believe that he can just push the I'm going to talk to the Treasury Director button and just blow him out.
That's not a bad idea. That's the truth. And he's really the only one who doesn't have a big agenda, He just
wants to do, look, all right, I voted for him. I'm not particularly stellar about his personality, but, talk is cheap and buy your fruits, you shall know them. So he is trying hard to turn this massive U.S. ship away from crashing into the rocks.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. And I think that he would, I mean, if we were to look back, say last year at this time, everything was great. I mean, it was.
Oh, yeah, it was like, no problem.
This is great. This was a wonderful world we lived in. And then all of a sudden, this like nightmare comes into everybody's life and destroys it.
Except the fact that everybody, all these liberal naysayers have been on Trump's back since he got into office.
Yeah.
There has been no sitting president since Washington that has had this much, I don't know, domestic blowback for the entire term he's been in. It's insane.
Yeah.
It just shows that there is a shadowy type government going on that wants to just, I don't know, boil the frog slowly in water, to make this country totally what it's not.
Yeah.
And Trump, honestly, I believe, so remember when he went into the little private meeting as they were handing the presidency over to him? That's where he got to talk with Obama and everybody else.
Yeah, yeah.
And he came out, remember his posture when he came out? It was almost like on his face, you could almost read it. They were all probably telling him, look, you got to do this and this and this and toe the line or else.
Right, right.
And the look on his face when he came out was like, it was just total frustration, but also behind his eyes, it was like, I can give you the bird.
Yeah.
I'm going to do whatever I want.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember that look. I know exactly what you're talking about. Because I remember saying, oh, boy, he's going to stir up some trouble.
I pray for that guy, because I'm telling you, if he gets elected, if he honestly gets elected, which I think he will,
yeah,
they're going to do other things to get rid of him. I don't think he'll be able to be in office that long.
Right.
And then Pence, if he gets in, he won't be any longer than Trump.
Right.
I mean, it's just sad. It's just, we're at a point in this country where, I don't know, the majority of evil people want to just totally change this government from what it was, inspired to be when it first got put in.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, when we were just in Washington D.C., you would have been shocked at their actual presence of the dark presence in certain areas, And then there was a lighter. It was just so like you know what I mean, manifested. Like you could feel it. You could feel where there was like an attack coming against the president. Then there were places that you would walk. They were like, okay, this is nice, and there just seems to be this attack that has constantly been against our president. We, like you said, we've never.
You had a prayer thing going there.
Yeah, no, there was a worship team that had come out there and hit the park, and they were doing a 50 days of worship, and I didn't know they were going to be there, but my wife went. I'm out there protesting. My wife is over there. She's worshiping in the park with these people, and I was like, oh wow, what's going on over there?
That's cool. Yeah, well, see, the light is there to show no more gray.
Yeah.
So it's either black or white, folks.
That's exactly what it was.
That's a good thing, because the people who are sitting on a fence that are clueless can see the contrast and make a proper choice.
Yeah.
Like, the more they come out and do this garbage, the more these people who riot. I was reading on Facebook today, a friend of mine sent me a Facebook thing about how these people who got arrested are getting like 10-year sentences, and they're flipping out about it.
Oh, wow.
Complaining that, well, how come the people that didn't sponsor have this happen to them?
Right.
Because this is insane. And I'm laughing. I'm like, look, dude, you did the devil's work. What do you think he's going to do, save your ass at the final hour?
Yeah, no doubt. No, he gets you right where he wants you, doesn't he? He's like, perfect. Yeah. Now they're in there too. It's like, wow. But yeah, no, that's the truth. I mean, and if I've noticed at Washington, D.C., I think that a lot of those protesters that were going on in Washington, D.C., is a lot of them are, 90% of them are homeless people that are digging, that are basically just getting $10 or $15 to go out and hold a sign. I mean, I could have literally started a great protest with $100. I could have had 10, 15.
How do you think these bricks, these pre-designed spots where they can just go and grab stuff and destroy, got there?
Yeah, no, it's definitely, when you go there downtown Washington, you'll see it. You'll see like, oh wow, I could start a protest with literally $100, a good one.
Yeah.
If I give each of these guys $5 or buy them a beer or something like that, they would be all over it. They would jump up and. I was even thinking about doing a video. How much does it take to start a good protest? And you can see it.
It's not about Floyd. Okay, it's not.
No,
sorry.
No, it's not.
That was a little brush fire that started it.
Yeah.
But I mean, my wife. I had my wife watch the actual tape running that the officer had on him before they even got him out of the car. Right.
Yeah.
And he was screaming, "I can't breathe," while they were trying to get him out of the car, because according to the doctor, he was on so many drugs that the drugs that he was on will cause you to have difficulty to breathe.
Yeah.
So he was screaming that before he even got, at least 10 minutes before they even got him outside the car.
Right.
Okay, now, was the guy right in holding his hand to his neck? Well, in my opinion, no. But I don't believe that caused his death.
Mm.
I think what he did to himself caused it, and he was showing the conditions of his drug use even before he got out of the car.
Right.
Okay? So I feel bad for the guy, but at the same time, the people took that one little thing and blew it all out of proportion.
And if you think about it, it was actually the politicians that took that one little thing. It was,
exactly.
It was the politician said, we can take this one all the way. We can ride this one a long ways. And I agree with Black Lives Matter. And it has nothing to do with equality. Because equality is white and black. Because I actually had a relative of mine, a young girl. She was 18, and while she was handcuffed, and she was trying to run, but she was really stumbling because she was on drugs. And the police officers tased her, and she fell down and hit her head, and she died at 18. Literally, and running away from a cop who she couldn't run from the cop. She was handcuffed, but they've got video of it and everything. You can even Google it on YouTube, Clearwater TV, please. But she was white. She was 18, but it wasn't a black and white thing. It was how the police are acting towards people. It was equal. It's not about a black and white, because the police act this way towards all of us.
Hey, when I was a security guard, the idiom for the day was escalation of force. Okay, so you apply as much force as being applied against you. And that's all these cops are doing. They're trained properly. Okay? Yeah. but we got crazy people out there. I mean,
Yes.
I've been watching these shows where, the guy pulls a white guy over for a violation, and the guy starts wigging out.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not keeping his hands up where he should be. I mean,
Yeah.
The cops been for life,
Yeah.
and they're just not listening to him. They should say, "Yes, sir. How high on the way up?"
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's
and
been a
the
lack.
kids,
There's
I
a
don't know
lack
what
of
happened to
respect.
the generation speakies. I don't know what happened to the speaking. I don't know what happened to the generation below us.
I know
Something's wrong.
Doesn't it feel like
because
we worked so hard to get where we were before last year? You could have said racism last year, and people are like, "What are you talking about?" There's no racism here, and now it just is fed to us. It's been fed to us that racism is everywhere, and it's not. It's really not.
Right. I've got good friends who are brothers.
No doubt.
And they're like, they agree with me, and they're like, "This is wrong."
I agree. I mean, I've got black family members and black friends and black people. I mean, there's no color barrier with us anymore. There at least isn't to me, and not to my children. And that's where it starts. It starts in the house. It doesn't start on the media.
Right.
Don't start it in the media, people. If you're telling your children what the media is trying to tell them, good luck to you. Don't let the media raise your kids. Trust me, it won't turn out very well for you.
Yeah, I know it's just bad, and the problem is these young kids who are rioting are now getting hit with heavy penalties that they never would have thought would happen to them because I don't know, they were in fantasy land.
Yeah,
yeah. Just gonna stop. Are they gonna put me in timeout? That's all.
Right, right. When they realize it's a real thing that you're affecting real lives here.
Yeah. You threaten the president's life, you'll never get out of jail.
Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. Yeah, man, I agree. But anyway, what do you think about this Pelosi thing? Do you think she should just go sign something, or do you think this is her last stance?
She should sign something. You can't do the last stand this late in the game. I'm sorry. There's no time left. I mean, by the time they sign something, it's over. People will be, majority of people will be on the streets. They won't even care to vote. They'll be too busy trying to put food in their mouth to want to vote.
Yeah.
And maybe that's their goal. Who knows?
Yeah.
Get a few less people in there. They can get their own person in there.
Right.
I mean, I'm sorry. Biden's nuts. Okay, Biden has got nothing up there. Look, no, I'm serious. I've seen real clips of him, and I mean, Democratic Party's crazy for putting him up there as presidential candidate.
Yeah, I think they know they made. I think they know they made a mistake. I think they're like, uh-oh.
And then everybody knows who's got a head on their shoulders. We're not gonna vote Harris in there.
Yeah.
She's even said Harris president, or what'd she say? A Harris administration.
Yeah, no, she'll be running the show. I think she would be running the show very soon.
So I mean, I don't know. That's why I said I think, despite how they're going to skew the numbers, and I even turn on the TV voting night. Forget it. I wait till the morning. I don't sit there and listen to the vote going all the way across the United States. It's just too padded one way.
Yeah.
And then about 2 weeks before the election, I won't even listen to news items.
And I
I'll
think
turn to movies and shows. I won't even watch anything political.
Yeah.
Because I don't want media messing with my head.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm just telling you, I think that the media is going to try to swing it so it looks like there's no hope.
They did that before. They did that with Hillary.
But I think Trump will get in.
Yeah, I think he will too.
In a way, I'd like him to, but at the same time, if he does, we're going to see a whole lot more of what we're seeing right now.
Oh, it's not going to be over for sure. Oh, it's going to be crazy. I think if it swings either way, it's going to be crazy. But remember back in the day, we would vote for somebody, and the winner is the winner. 4 years, okay, we got to wait 4 years to get our guy in or get somebody else in. But now it's different. Now it's like, if we vote for somebody, are we looking at a revolution again?
Yeah, you're right. I mean,
it's ridiculous.
I told my wife, I told my friends, I said, this election is a turning point for this country.
Mm-hmm.
It's that kind of an election, and I don't know how well it's going to bode if it goes either way. And like you said, it's sad. Over the years, we've had to change from voting on people we want in the presidency to voting to keep people out of the
Right.
presidency.
Right. That's sad. It's sad. You guys got one or two choices, and it's like, really? Thanks. Appreciate it. This is the best America's got to offer. Okay. Well, I got
mean, if Pelosi has any ounce of self-respect, okay, I think she would be realizing at this point that even members of her own house are realizing she's being a complete moron.
Yeah.
Okay, by the positions she's taking. And
Yeah.
I'm hoping that, before the end of this week, there's some sort of at least bill in place so people can vote on. Otherwise, I like people have been saying, it won't happen till after the election. And to be honest, no matter who gets in, I don't think it'll happen for a while.
Yeah, I agree.
There'll be too much turmoil going on.
Yeah.
To worry about the stimulus package.
No doubt. Yeah, he'll be living on the bunker for like the first year.
There you go. That's right.
Wow, God bless you.
Right. You got a cute family, by the way.
Hey, thank you so much. And thanks for all your support too, man.
Boy, but I didn't know you had an older son.
Yeah,
that was your son, right?
Yeah, that was my son.
That's cool.
Yep. He's 18. He's in college now. And I got one 18 and one that's 4. So we're moving along. We never stop.
Yeah.
But thanks for your support.
Well, hey, it's good to finally talk to you, man.
Yeah, no
I've
doubt.
been trying to hold the while you're gone.
Yeah, no, I noticed you have been.
The idol, I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping that attention can still be drawn, but I noticed the more loudmouth YouTubers have kind of slowed down and stopped because it's sort of like.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing of it is you have petitions. You still got, people in government that can see those petitions.
Yeah.
And if we finally maybe get something passed where there's enough covered in the idle program, they may just, because those petitions are important.
Yes.
I mean,
they are.
Because they're looking to use that new money for the new application process.
Right.
Forget the other people, okay?
Yeah.
We need to remind them that the other people are out here, and these people are still bound by the legal promise they made.
Right.
I wish we could take these folks to court.
Right.
But being as high as they are in government, I doubt we'll have a chance to do that.
Sure.
Unless some crazy lawyer steps and says, okay, let's sue them.
Yeah. There's a lot of attorneys that are actually suing them right now. A lot of them. And but to really try and milk something like that, I mean, we would get like maybe $50 out of the deal, The small business owners are going to get crap. If you ever got a class action suit before, then you're not really jumping for joy when you get it.
Right, exactly. No, we need them to just listen to the petitioners.
Yeah.
Right by what they originally signed.
We need the CARES Act section 1110 to be delivered as intended, and it was all their signatures, so they're all bound. They're literally all bound legally to do it. And why would we sign a new petition on even the S4227? Why go with that? Because nobody signed that. We've only got 9 cents.
They're just bound as those guys that signed the Declaration of Independence.
Exactly.
So the sad part about it is if the American public realizes that these people's signatures aren't worth the paper they're putting them down on, they're going to lose hope in the government structure completely.
Yeah.
And that, because, how can you trust them? I mean, government heads are supposed to be trusted.
Yeah.
Or at least the majority of them, but, I don't know.
And this is the first look we've ever really dug into our country. The first inside scoop that we've ever really gone and dug into. The Americans are finally in, with the information. We've always been looking on the outside looking in until the internet. Now we're all in. We know what's going on in Congress. We know what they're doing. We know what their daily things are. And it's like, this is disturbing. Have they been doing this for the last 200 years and just been getting away with it?
Well,
it's like, what's going on?
I've been around, I'm sure. It's just that they've gotten more of them, and they're just hiding in secret chambers.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. You and I both have the same belief. When Christ gets here, game over.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt, right?
When he sets his kingdom back up on the earth, game over.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. I mean, I don't think God is up there tapping his feet like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I think God's up there saying, I told you so. You know?
No, it's not his test. It's our test.
Yeah.
What
yeah.
choices are we going to make? Whose side of the line are we going to stand on?
Yeah, it's like a choose
Because
this day whom
depending on
you
what
will
side
serve.
of the line we stand on, when he gets here, those are going to remain.
Yeah. Yeah. It's choose this day whom you will serve. I mean, and that's it, you know? And we got to,
Yeah.
and it says in the hearts and minds of the generation will be blinded. They'll literally be blinded. They're not going to know what they're doing. And you can kind of see that in a lot of these, you know, people. They're just blinded to the truth.
But the children of the light won't.
No, absolutely not. I won't, because I'm a children of the light, and so are you. And, you know, most of the people who follow us on here are, you know, children of the light. We're his children, and we can see the truth. And that's why it's so easy for us to talk about it. Because when I was up there, there were people that I was trying to get a conversation with, but they were so, I'm telling you, these people are illegitimate. They have no sight whatsoever, even about the truth of, you know, information and the bills and what actually happens and what the bills are. They had no idea. They're just out there screaming innuendos, little one-liners that really don't mean anything.
Yeah, they're reactionary.
Yeah, it's a symbolism and nothing, no substance there, nothing inside of it, just these pictures.
The Savior did say, as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be before the coming of the Son of Man. And violence was in the earth. Yeah. Violence was all out the earth then. Yep. So sadly, we have to kind of watch it, you know, kind of conclude that way and just stand in holy places, basically.
Yeah, for sure. I think anybody that has read the Bible and has a little bit of information on it will be able to say, hey, man, what's going on right now? I can actually look at it and see a picture of it from 2,000 years ago when he wrote it down and said this is going to happen. This is the day. Yep. You know, this is today that we're living in, that we're getting all these, you know, basically pictures. And that's the light that's being shed.
You know, the Renaissance period when they said, oh, he's coming, that was localized.
Right,
we didn't have global communication, global interaction as we do now back then. Right. So the scriptures are talking about today, you know, and we're accurately predicting their prophetic words.
Yes.
This is not we're just applying today, but it's not going to happen till, you know, another 50 years. Sure. This is today.
It's crazy, man. It's cool, but it's crazy. You know, it's kind of it's tripping, dude. It is totally tripping. But man, it's so in your face, undeniable in your face stuff. You know. I know. Crazy. It's sad. But, we were warned. We know the story. We know how it ends, and that's the best part is that we read the end of the book.
And you got your family. Yeah, that's the most important thing.
Yep. Absolutely.
You know, your family.
Absolutely.
But anyways, all right. Well, hey, man, good to hear from you.
Yeah, you too, man. Thanks for the call, and keep representing, man. I appreciate your help on this channel, and we appreciate everything you do for us.
Hey, no problem. I don't know why I haven't been getting the notices. I turned on the bell. I mean, the bell was already on, but I turned it on all.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know why I haven't been getting any kind of. Yeah. I was lucky enough to see you're live right now. So
oh wow, cool. At least you saw that I was live. That's cool. And hopefully more people will see us, and I'll take another call here. Thanks again, Karate. Have a good one, bro.
Maybe YouTube's trying to sabotage your thing.
They could be. Who knows?
I mean, Jason keeps griping that he's getting sabotaged all the time, so I don't know.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Well, they do that. They got an algorithm thing going, and there's certain messages that they don't want to, you know, like if you talk about God or something like that, sometimes your views go way down. Like if you notice some of the videos that I put up on like the Trey 6666 Act and those other videos don't get nothing, and it's because they don't suggest those kind of things. So yeah, we might have taken a bump, but hey, if the truth takes a bump, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
We'll do what we can.
All right, man. Well, have a good. What is it? Nighttime now.
No, I'm at 4 o'clock. What are you at?
Okay. All right.
You're at 1 o'clock, right?
1. Yeah, 1.
All right, man. Well, have a good day, brother.
All right, you too.
Thanks. Bye. All right, guys. Well, there's one. That's what he thinks about it. Now let me read some of these comments here that you guys have been talking about while we have been talking with Karate videos. Tarenda, I bet everyone, I think you know, before they start voting for these governors, their state. Yep. Caesar Sibstern says, it seems like we all want to repurpose the money left over for PPP from what Mnuchin said earlier in the state hearing. That would be a good idea. And Caesar Sibstern says, What we need to put out and focus in is our president can't let us down, or else I will not vote for him, and no one will. Period. And that's what it all is pointing to, is we're going to vote for the person that's going to do the job and do it right. The person that really cares about us. I mean, this is why we're at Pelosi right now, because from what we've seen her do, she has no right to be in office anymore. And anybody that is going to even think about voting for that lady, shame on you. Okay, and Florida to Philippines. Hi, all. What's up, Florida to Philippines? Checking in from South Pasadena. Ooh, you're up there in the Panhandle. That's beautiful. Or is that South Pasadena? St. Petersburg. St. Petersburg's got a South Pasadena. That's where Mike Allstott and Dave and a couple of the Buccaneers live. Cool. Caesar Sipstern. We got 6 more days to bail out the airlines. We will see what happens. They'll get their money one way or another. They're going to get their money. I hope so. Doing triple stacks. Black Lives Matter excludes every other race. Every race is a victim of police brutality and corruption. That's the so truth. That's what we were just talking about. It's all lives matter. It really is. And the Black Lives Matter, I agree with what the core behind it is a little bit extreme. But if it was given more of an equal, like, hey, man, because when you say Black Lives Matter, well, my children are not black. My children are white. And why does their life matter any less? I get the Black Lives Matter, and I totally am with you. But when it comes to who is most important in my life, it's a white kid, you know, a 5-year-old, a little toddler running around who's white. So my most of my heart and stuff like that is going towards the White Lives Matter. But I do know police brutality is out there, and I want to protect him from that. And I believe Black Lives Matter, for the most part, is trying to get this police brutality thing taken care of and make them be more accountable to what they're doing. But we need to include the white children in there too. Include my kids in there. That's all I'm asking. And I would be a big part of it if that was the case. But I just don't see that. I don't see them trying to even put the white children or of the world in on it. And I wish they will. I wish they would. But I am backing up the Black Lives Matter as far as being against police brutality, because I know that they've gone way overboard, and we're seeing it. We're totally seeing it. Anyway, Triple Stack says Daniel Shaver was white and was killed by a white cop. Where is his justice? Yeah, I know. As I mentioned, a girl in my family was white, and she was killed by a white cop. She was handcuffed, and the cop, and she started to run. She was on drugs, and she started to run. This was in Clearwater, or St. Petersburg, Florida. And she started to run, and she was like 2 feet away from the cop, and the cop pulled out his taser and shot her in the back. Well, she was off balance and fell down, hit her head on the pavement, and she died. She was white. She was 18 and was killed by a police officer, but I think the police officer just grabbed her and took care of her condition other than tasing her from behind. He didn't mean to kill her. No, it was an accident. It was a bad choice by the officer, but he did kill her, and she was white, 18-year-old little girl on drugs. 18-year-old get high and they're stupid. That's what she was. And do I think it was because she was white? No. I think it's because the police made a bad choice, and he never had to pay. They didn't even pay. I think the family sued him for $1 million and got $1 million for it, but it's not. It's a equal rights thing. It's a social issue. It's not a Black Lives Matter. It's a All Lives Matter, and I am totally on the board of All Lives Matter, more than I am for just one individual color. Tyranda Smith. I think if he don't give these stimulus checks, he won't get in. He better go and do something. Yeah, Tyranda, he would give the stimulus checks if Pelosi would just sign the papers and sit down. He's ready to dish them out. He said that 1 million times. And so this is the thing, is Pelosi is holding our checks. Nancy Pelosi is holding America at hostage right now. And if we just want to say, it's fine, she can do that, or we can call up Pelosi and we can say, hey, Pelosi, give us our money. We deserve it. And we need to do that. And I think I got Pelosi's number. I think I'd call her. Tyrone Smith, the people we need more than 1,200. That's not enough. I totally agree. She old and set in her ways. That is totally true. She's just too old and set in her ways. She needs to go. Triple stack, not. The people, Tyrone Sims also says, the people that do have businesses couldn't get the idle money, but all the liars and scammers got it. And now they don't want to help us because they messed up and not check to see if they real. This is sad. And she's totally accurate. 100%. I mean, totally. That just is basically hitting it. Tyronda is hitting the nail on the head with that comment right there. Boom. The money went out to the big people. So the little people kind of got screwed. But they still, even the little people did not get the grant, the $10,000 automatic eligibility. You get the $10,000 grant, which has left us a lot of us in the dust. Arima Correaverse says, itching and burdening, dump Trump, Sophie D, dump Trump, fake news, fake hurricane, fake reports, fake comments. Sophie D, I hope she made lots of spaghetti. Fake lives matter, all lives matter is a joke. I got plenty of toilet paper. Karen bought all the toilet paper. Should you be wearing a mask? Question mark. Should you be wearing a mask? Sophie D, huh. Interesting. Anyway, that is, I guess we will go with that. Let me go ahead and do this. What I could do, we can call Pelosi. Let me see if I can get her number. Pelosi, let's do her. 202 224 3121. That's Rubio. Mm-hmm.
May I help you?
Yes, could I have Nancy Pelosi's office, please?
Thank you for calling the office of the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi. We value hearing from you. To listen to this menu in English, please stay on the line. Para español, presione 5. If you would like to voice your opinion, share feedback, or pass along a personal story to Speaker Pelosi, please press 1. If you would Thank you for calling the office of Speaker Nancy Pelosi. If you would like to leave a comment on an issue, please do so at the tone. Record your message after the tone. When you've finished, you can hang up or press 1 for more options.
Yes, hello, Nancy. This is Speaker C calling from YouTube. We have some viewers here that were wondering where our stimulus check was. You went to the interview today, and the only thing we're really concerned about is our stimulus package, and you mentioned nothing about the stimulus package. Will you please get out of your room, get off your butt, and come to America and sign these papers so that we can get our money? You are letting people's jobs go away. You are letting small businesses go under. You are letting families that have no money, leaving them moneyless until the election. That's just wrong. I think you're abusing your powers, and I think America is getting sick of it. I wish that you would take this a little bit more seriously and quit playing these political games with my life and my children and my family. Thank you. Have a blessed day. Bye. And that one goes out to Nancy Pelosi. If you guys need Nancy Pelosi's number, let me know. And you can leave her a nice message as well. Karate videos and more. I'm glad you and family had a great time and you were safe, by the way. Yeah, no doubt. There is some action going on in Washington, D.C. You kind of got to watch what street you go down, you know. As Caesar Hipstern, everyone is jumping ship and everyone wants money for what is to come. And we are last on their minds. As everyone escapes, the streets will burn. Yeah, that's what it's looking like they're doing right now. Ken Sciola, Pelosi wants money for the states and cities as her top priority so they all can do the kickback schemes, skimming payoffs, show jobs, and gaffed. Linda S. Hi, everyone. If this helps, there is a song rapper, Yellow Pain, talks about what's going on right now with our country. It really hit home for me. Maybe we'll go check that out later. Yellow Pain. That's a good one. Oh, Ken, it's good to see you, Ken Sciola. And once again, everybody, I have put my phone number up there if anybody wants to call and let me know what they think about Nancy Pelosi not wanting to give us our money. Do you think it's a political game? Do you think it's going to help in any way, shape, or form? I'm going to put my number back up there. There's my number. I will take the next caller. And is it true? Do you think Nancy Pelosi is actually trying to make America suffer, because the more we suffer, the more we'll try to vote for a new president? When the President Trump is actually trying to say, hey, I'll sign your papers now. Send it to me. Make the bill as big as you want. Send it to me. And Pelosi saying, no. Bipolar. She may have a little bit of bipolar. But maybe she does. Maybe she doesn't. Let's see. Ken, I like that statement you said where Pelosi wants the money for states and cities as her top priority. And she's mainly wanting it just for California. And if we could just give it to California, she'd be excited. She would sign it because she would look really good. And actually, you know what? She should. She would look great for California. But the rest of the 49 states, if there's more than that now, 52, but wouldn't be doing all that well. But what she's trying to do is bail out the Democratic cities that spent the money wrongly, and are screwed right now. So she's trying to bail herself out is what she's trying to do, which I think she's on her final stance. Anyway. All right. Well, guys, this has been good. And as you all know, we just got back from Washington, D.C. And just to let you know, things in Washington, D.C., the way that they were set up around the White House, it's basically all caged off now to a certain. You can't even get close to the White House. You can get the park that's across the street. You can get there, but you can't go up on the lawn or nothing. There's snipers up on the roof. It was just crazy. And the same way with the Capitol is when we got to the Capitol, they were doing the memorial for the Judge Ruth Ginsburg. So it was kind of like all gated off and flowers everywhere, and the news media was there. So a media woman came up to me. She's like, "What are you doing?" And they had the camera there, and I got to tell her about this, the CARES Act Section 1110 for the small businesses that never got their money from the EIDL grant advance that they were supposed to get. So hopefully that will go out into the news. I think it was a CBS news that was doing it. So I'm not sure exactly, but just to let you know, we are still working really hard for everybody out there. And Caesar Sipstern says she doesn't even care about Biden election. They already know Trump is going to win after a bunch of, I don't think they realize that. I don't think that they realize that, what Caesar just said, I'm going to impact on that. I don't think they realize that the more negative media, the more these people burn and do stuff like that, the more normal people are just like, hey man, I don't want to be on that team. I don't want to be on that team. I got a call from a restricted number. Let's see who it is. Hello, this is Phil. You are on. Yes, it's Speak and See. Anjanya.
I like your channel. You've really been a warrior this month.
Hey, Anjanya, it's good. We finally get to hear your voice.
I'm not able to watch this video and speak at the same time, so.
Yeah, the feedback will come and all them. Yeah, I hear you. Well, I'm still trying to make. I'm still thinking of a rap song to give in your memorial. In memory of you. So we'll think of...
I'm trying to think of words that rhyme too.
Yeah, no, you got a tough one, Anjanya. Am I saying that right? Anjanya. Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, I was wondering if I was saying that right or not. So I'll have to make a rap that says Anjanya.
Well, I've been discouraged with Nancy Pelosi for over 30 days because I saw the handwriting on the wall when she was playing games with the post office, and then she switched the pot, and then now she went to what was the other thing before the Supreme Court?
Yeah.
It was. I've lost track of how many other side things she has.
You don't have to remember because everything she's doing like that is just totally forgettable anyway. What she's doing is just.
I'm Democrat, okay? I've been a Democrat my whole life, and but ridiculousness is not supposed to be included in being a Democrat. You don't have to be ridiculous to be one. You can be fair.
Sure.
You know.
We met a lot of people in Washington D.C. that were Democrats, but they were not ridiculous Democrats. They were nice people and had a head on their shoulders. And they would definitely not agree with Nancy Pelosi and what she's doing.
Well, every week it's something new. It's almost like she's got Alzheimer's, I think. She flipped out or something.
Yeah, I agree.
She's holding on to like with claw marks,
Yeah.
And I don't know what, we don't know, maybe we will never know all of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand her fervent disagreeing with DT.
Right.
Because DT can be quite,
Right.
what's the word? Persnickety when he wants. Okay, I mean he does, that's him. I've almost gotten used to it.
Yeah.
I almost expect it. It's kind of part of his whole,
Yeah.
repertoire, of traits, but that's his prerogative to be himself. I mean, and she's being herself, but who's it hurting? Who is it hurting?
That's the key.
Us.
That's the key. Yes.
It's just discouraging, and it's not helping the Democrats. I don't know that it doesn't look good. I mean,
yeah, it doesn't.
I don't see them gathering votes or money playing games like this and holding money from the American people like that for months on end.
Yeah, it's been a long time. This has been way too long. They've totally held that carrot in front of our nose for how long has it been? 3-4 months?
Yeah, it's a long time. It's just discouraging.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And it's happening during a situation like this where it's critical.
Yeah.
And it's not trumped up, okay, and to quite frankly use the term. It is not. It's happening in Spain. It's happening in Italy. It's happening in Argentina. It's happening in Russia. It's happening everywhere.
Yeah, it just happened.
They are having a pandemic all over the world. Deaths are happening. 20 million deaths or something. I don't know.
Yeah, there's nothing that could have been done to totally, keep the world safe from it.
It's not about American politics, in other words.
Right. And politics should have never even gotten involved this far. It shouldn't have gone this deep. It should have stayed like it was in the beginning when it was about the people and the first stimulus was passed. It was all about the people and bipartisan. Everybody got together and did what was right. Now it's not like that anymore.
No, it's a shame.
Yeah.
It's a real shame what's going on.
For sure.
But I do enjoy your channel, and I really, really want to thank you for getting out there. You had, at least 2 other people and a cameraman the other day, yesterday.
Yeah, that was...
I was in Washington. That was cool.
That was cool,
I
wasn't it?
wish you could have had more. But, I mean, if you're so far away from the building, I mean, they don't... All they have to do is pull the shade down. They're going to pretend you're not there.
Yeah, no doubt. It was probably about...
Go there, too, that area.
Yeah, it wasn't that far away from the White House. The Capitol was pretty far away because they were really blocked off far from the Capitol. But the White House, it seemed like we were really close to that.
Well, did anyone come out and speak to you like they did last time?
No, no, we didn't get kicked off of any places like that. So, we didn't get kicked off nobody's steps. But they were a little bit upset that we were kind of invading the space of the judges. It was a memorial going on, and we were kind of like, hey, we won our 10K during a memorial. So I don't think they really. I don't think they cared for that, but
I don't think our BG would have minded it.
I don't think so either. I think she would have wanted the truth.
I think she was there with guys.
No doubt, I agree with that. I think that she would. She knows what it's like to sign an agreement, sign a document, and mean that that's supposed to be done. She's
look up something for it's a point of interest is she died on Rosh Hashanah, which is a Jewish holiday.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And there's something about that holiday that I don't know exactly. I still haven't had time to do my homework.
Yeah.
But it's something special about dying on that day.
Yeah, no, you get a special place in heaven from what they say.
Well, there you go.
There you go. And there were a lot of Jewish people there, a lot of guys in black jeans with the white shirts and their things on top of their head. There were a lot of those people.
Good.
Yeah, it was cool.
She has support.
Yeah, yeah, but and they were very nice to us and our family. So everybody was really cool, and but we did get to talk to CBS. I think it was a CBS News announcer that was there, so we got to push our plan over to her, and we got notoriety about the Idol loan that hopefully we can get. And how about aren't you the one you wanted the lawnmower? Don't you? You need a lawnmower?
Yeah, and I'm so close, but no cigar. I mean, I calculated the price and which one would be the best option for the type of use, and it's expensive. It's expensive as can be.
Yeah, they are. So let's get this $10K for you, so you can go get that lawnmower.
Heck yeah! I mean, I would love it, but I haven't heard anything in about 2 weeks from anybody. I still have my phone calls in, but
have you tried PP?
I think hinging on October 1st myself. I think that's a special number right there. Is that but if Nancy throws a monkey wrench in this, now that could ruin us for the rest of the year.
Yeah, no, I think if you watch her interview today, she was basically saying, "I'm not doing anything until the election." And that's the part that really stuck with me, is like she doesn't want to do nothing until this election. I mean, it's like she just wants to go hide and take her meds behind the walls. It was just starting to be. It's just a little too much. We don't need that. We can't have that.
That is so overdue. I mean, she should have not even said that and done something in July. Like I said, I thought the check would be in the bank by August 15th, and when August 16th came,
we all did.
I was beside myself, because it meant balancing the budget for me.
Yeah.
My budget. I have to balance it myself.
Right.
And the less money you have to deal with, the worse it gets. But that's crazy that the Idol ran out of money, because I don't believe that, because I think they still have money.
Yeah, well, the SBA's Idol loans still have $120 billion left in it. They're just being very stingy with what they're giving out now, and none left for the grant. None, they're saying, which is weird. It's just totally.
Yeah.
That's why we need to push this. We need to push this back up in their face and say refund it and put it back in there and give it to the people who you said it was going to come to.
What happened to Jason McElhone? I haven't seen him online for 4 or 5 days.
That's usually he's like that when there's no news. He needs to read a news article to pump himself up.
He needs to get bumped up.
Yeah, he needs to. He just has to find some good news to deliver. Then he usually comes on when there's good news. I usually try to come on whenever there's any news, good or bad.
Yeah. Or you make the news, or you'll make some news.
Yeah, exactly. That's you too. You're making it with me. You got everybody on this channel we are the news. So maybe.
I'm telling you, I was proud because you're from Tampa, right? Are you in the Tampa area?
Yeah. I'm in Odessa. It's right outside of Tampa.
It's far from me, so I was proud that somebody in Florida would actually speak up, because we kind of are like sheeple here, We just praise off the droppings of the rich people, and
and you're in Land O'Lakes, aren't you?
And accept our lot, here in Florida. It seems like there's no vigilantes down here,
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So it's exciting to have someone from Florida representing.
Thank you. Well, it's good having people from Florida here representing. You're here, so we got Floridians, we got small business owners that really care down here, and it's good to see that.
What really irks me is when they play these games right during hurricane season, and we came through with a couple of close calls.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we didn't get hit. Boy, those poor people up in the Panhandle in Louisiana, they are still probably out of electricity right now.
Yeah.
As we speak.
Yep. Yeah.
500,000 the other day, last weekend, it was 500,000 people didn't have lights.
Wow.
That's serious there.
Yeah, and we have that young lady who cuts on here too. I forget her name right now. I can't think of it, but she gets on our channel all the time, and she's like, "I'm still in the hotel because it took her whole house out, and she had just had it built. Like it had only been her house. She'd only lived there for 3 months. It was a brand new house. It took her whole house, and so she's like in a motel now with her children, and she's hoping to get this Idol. She's hoping to get the loan, the PP, some kind of funding from the government with for her business right now. Would really come on. I mean, this is serious. It's not like a joke that they're not allowed to play these games.
Well, it's a shame when they try to throw a life raft to a dead body. You know what I mean? Like if they would have helped with the life raft while the person's reaching out to save their life, that's one thing.
Yeah.
And now they think they put a Band-Aid on it and say, well, we're gonna throw you a life raft and you're already dead, but don't worry, it's coming, and you're like under the water.
Yes.
And you're thinking, I'm done, you know.
Right.
So hope this resolves itself.
Yeah. No, we're going to keep on pushing for it, though, and we got to keep on putting pressure on them, you know?
All I got to say is good job. Keep it up. You did good. I was really proud to see you out there. I mean, you got a lot of guts going up there.
Yeah.
Me, I think I'd need 500 people backing me up, you know, but you just went out there and stood tall, you know, and I appreciate that a lot. So
thank you.
I
You know,
hope other people realize that they need to get the word to these people.
You're the one who sent me out there. You guys are the one who told me I needed to go. So it's your fault if anything happens to me. You guys can, you know.
I wish Jason had paired up with you.
What's that?
Okay. That would be a combo.
Yeah, no doubt, wouldn't it? That would be that'd be funny.
Jason, if he hears this, I said hi, and where the heck are you? Because I already left a message on his page. Where are you, Jason?
Yeah, no doubt. You know, hopefully he can step up, and I would do whatever I have to do to help the people get this. I will do it. That's where I'm at with this.
Some people might overreact when you mention their name and give them some public criticism, but let me tell you something. I don't know if he's done it, but I can only imagine what it's like to stand out in 95 degrees heat on the steps of a building,
Yeah.
Rubio's building, and with the humidity and the heat, and possibly a rainstorm coming, and you're there with no backup, and you're just there, and then the guys come out and tell you to flake off. You know, that's got to be like the low point, you know?
Yeah.
And you get something done, and so anybody wants to criticize you, they can go out in the 95-degree heat
Yeah, right.
by themselves on their own with their camera guy and see what they get it done.
There's
at least you did it.
Yeah, we had to do it.
Cool. Yeah, and I really appreciate you, and it was nice to talk to you.
Thank you. You too. And now that I heard your voice, and it was good to hear your voice, and thanks for tuning in, and thanks for all your comments and all your support.
Thank you, Speak.
All right, have a good day.
Take care.
And we'll get that song made for you too.
Okay.
All right. Bye, babe. Bye. And there was Ingenia, who says that now that these Democrats are acting crazy, she's thinking about skipping town on the Democratic Party. But she's a Democrat. You see, and that's the key here, is now we got Democrats calling us, saying Pelosi is crazy. She's not doing the right thing. And that's not and this is a bipartisan issue that we need to keep bipartisan and just take it to the American people. Anybody else out there who thinks Pelosi is acting amok or needs to be gone or something else that we can do, if we could act on this stimulus package without Pelosi, is there a way to do it? Is there a way to get her off of this table? Because all the Democrats, Schumer's even kind of keeping his distance. All the rest of the Democrats are saying, hey, man, she's crazy. I don't know what we're going to do. She holds the key that we all need. She holds us all hostage. What do we got here? We got she doesn't even care about Caesar Sipstern says she doesn't even care about Biden election. We already know Trump is going to win after a bunch of streets burn. Yep, I agree with him on that. Karate videos and more. Oh, cool. Speak and see, new channel. Yeah. Karate videos and more. News. A news channel. Hello, welcome to the news channel. This is Karate and Speak and see. I was like, okay, that was horrible. Okay, Caesar Sipstern. All out civil wars around the corner and why everyone is jumping ship and getting all the money. I want to see if they are even going to bail out the airlines. They might not. They better bail out those airlines. That would be a huge mistake if they did not. Even bigger than the post office already had $10 billion and they needed the other $25 billion to, get more up to date, which is cool. But they already had $25 billion. The airports are kind of running out of money. They don't have the, all the money that the post office had. Anyway, these 6 days will determine what will happen. Yes, they will. Caesar Sipstern, will they bail our airlines out? Not us. That's interesting. That's an interesting point. Will they bail the airlines out, but not the small businesses. Good point. They bailed out the post office and not the small businesses. Will they not even bail out the airlines through Congress and Trump give executive order for the airlines and not us? Right on. Good. That is a very good point, Caesar. That is a very good point. Well taken. Why would they bail out an airline, but not us? So these next 6 days are very critical. And to those out there who have been watching this channel and know more of what's going on, because we're more into the facts and not the fiction of the, I guess I could use Trump's word on that, and I'll say the fake news. There is a lot of fake news out there, and what we're trying to do is get into the middle of it all so that we don't have to be swayed by the fake news, but we can actually get into the middle of it on the platforms and say, hey, okay, we've been there. They can't steer us from the truth because we're living the truth. And the truth is that Nancy Pelosi could literally go to the table tomorrow, and the Republicans have set before her $1.5 trillion. That's only $1 trillion less than, that 1.5 trillion is almost as much as the first one they passed. It's almost as much as the first act that they passed. I think that was 2.2 trillion, right? So we're almost there. The second bailout could be just as much, almost as much as the first one. And why wouldn't she do that? There's more to it than just, I want to get it all or nothing. It's so much more than that, people. You got to understand that it's so evil. What she's doing is so evil, and it affects you and me to the point where it's having us do what we're doing right now, which is going to the president or going to the White House, going to Congress, and going and making all these moves. And it could all be taken care of with just her coming out of her room and signing. She's lost it. In my book, she's lost it. I don't know about your book, but she's lost it. So if anybody else wants to give us a call, go ahead. I will put the number back up, and we will take the next caller. And the question on this next call, does the failure that Pelosi is trying to push on America, on the United States, does the failure she's trying to make happen without a stimulus check, does that affect the voters' decision? Does it make Trump look bad, or does it make the Democrat look bad? What do you think? I personally think that the more she pushes this failure, the more people are in distress. It's kind of maybe a good move that, hey, if I can make them suffer, make them fail right now, they'll want to get somebody in there who can. And she's looking at the president. What she's not looking at is they'll want to get a new speaker in. They'll want to get a new Congress in. They'll want to get a new state, a House, a Senate in. They'll want to get these new people in, not just the president. Because a lot of people are so Trump heavy. I like Trump. I think he's good. I think he's good for America right now. We need him. But I'm not one of those Trump people. You know what I mean? Those Trump people, those people that are so pro-Trump that you would have whether, they hold him to the same level as Jesus Christ. And they put him on the same pedestal. There's people out there like that. I'm not one of them. But I do think he's a good president for the time that we're in right now, especially with the economy needing the boost. I think he's definitely a better president than Biden would be in this moment, for sure. But what does anybody else out there, do they agree with me that Pelosi is trying so hard to bring America to the lowest of the lowest of the lows that it could possibly go? And could this Black Lives Matter, could these protests be a part of that plan, a part of her plan? Because what we're seeing here, say the lady that just got, the officers just got acquitted for. She apparently was a drug dealer in her house, and there were guns in her house, and the cops read it wrong, and they made a bad decision and killed her. Wrong. I think the family sued for $2.5 million or got millions of dollars for it, but the cops were kind of acquitted on what they did. Was that right? I don't know. But here we go. What percent of Americans are cops? I don't know. let's take a look at that. Say we got a 0.5% of the American people are cops. Okay, what percent of them are bad cops? 1 out of 99. So now we're in such a small portion of the bad cops in America. But why does that have to do with Donald Trump and racism? What does that have to do with any of it? Why is it his fault? Why are we blaming the president for a social issue of bad parenting that brought up their kid as a racist? The racist begins in your house, people. If you want to let the media decide who's racist and who's not, then you've got a long, their stories are going to be bigger. The more racism, the bigger their story. They want to see racism pumped up to the highest level it's ever been because their stories are bigger. They can sell you more ads that way. And that's where they make their money. And as far as the Democrats go, they want to see negativity because, hey, negative now. We promote this free world and nobody's a racist in the Democrat side, and we get the votes. So they get the votes, they get the clicks for and the next thing you know, we're buying into these lies that the media has to sell, and I ain't buying it because I've raised my kids up wrong, the right way, and to know that racism is wrong. So it starts in the family. It doesn't start in politics. It doesn't start with the president. It starts with the mom and the dad together raising their child as one, or a tough mother that is a single mom. It starts with her, or the tough dad that's a single dad. It starts with him. If you're going by what you're hearing on the news and saying, okay, kid, now there's racism that wasn't there last year, but now that it's out there, you got to be careful. And now you don't have much hope. When you start filling your kid with less hope, shame on you. If you start giving your kid, hey, you're black, you're white, you can do whatever you want. This is America. You can be whoever you want. Here's the hope you need. This is who you are. You can, through all things in Christ, you can do whatever. Nothing is impossible for you, kid. Nothing. Instead of, oh, the man trying to hold you down. And then they grow up with this anger. It's such a, you guys we need to wake up to the truth. We need to start in the homes. We can't keep going with the media. We can't keep being pushed by the media to decide how our day is going to go, decide how our kids are going to grow up. We can't do that. Anyway, give me a call. Oh, Trump is speaking in Jacksonville right now? Really? Oh, wow. I didn't know I got on the same time Trump did. Huh. Maybe I should go on there. All right, yeah, I'm going to go on that. I'm going to go check that out. And we'll get back here later, guys. We're going to come back on live later. Okay, and then we'll talk about more Pelosi holding more money back, and we'll talk more about the idle grant, okay? We'll talk to you later, guys. I'm going to go check out that, see what he says, see if there's any good news. And, I know Trump, when he talks, I've heard him throw the same thing for the last couple of weeks. He's been, he pretty much says the same thing one week, and then he'll start the next week with a new thing. But, yeah, I'll go check him out. Thanks for the update, Karate. Thanks for the call, Ajanya. It was good hearing from you. Everybody, thanks for watching, and we will see you later tonight. We'll get together. Thanks. Bye. Oh, thanks, Linda S. I don't want to forget. I remembered. Yeah, we'll check out that song, Yellow Pain, too, as well. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later.